Hello, this is Rick from EssentialPhotoshopElements.com. In this video, we will see how to remove objects from a photo. This image was sent to the page on my website where people send me questions about Photoshop Elements. JAW wanted to know how to remove the people from this photo and replace that area with more of the rippled sand so that eventually it could be used as a pattern in Elements. Now, a common approach to this situation might be to use the clone stamp tool to replace the people with background. But I want to show you another technique that I think does just as good a job but is faster. So let's start by duplicating the background layer so that we can preserve the original state of the photo. Just go over to your Layers palette and drag your background onto the Create a New Layer icon. And now we'll be working on that background copy and preserve the original background. And I'm going to blow my image up to 200%. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to press the Command plus key. If you're on a PC, that would be Control plus. Go over to your toolbox and select the Lasso Tool. And just draw a selection around that first guy on the left there. And you'll see when I put my cursor anywhere inside of that selection, it changes into a selection icon with an arrow, and that indicates that I can now move that selection to any other part of the photo that I want. So with my cursor inside the selection, I'm going to click and drag my selection over to the left, and I want to try to stay as close to the guy as I can so that the color matches up better. And now, again on the Mac, I'm going to hold down the Command Option keys, but it would be Control Alt keys on the PC. And again, my cursor changes to a different icon. This time it's a black and white double-headed arrow. And what this indicates is that I can move a copy of that selected area to any other place on the on this photo. But before I move it, I want to give my selection a slight feather so that it blends in better to the new area. So if I go up to the Select menu and choose Feather, and I'll give it a 1 pixel feather, say OK to that, and now go back, move my cursor back inside of that selected area, press Command Option, or on the PC Control Alt, and now click and drag my mouse and I'll bring a copy of that selected area right over on top of that guy. And the other thing I want to try to do is line up the lines in the sand. So that looks pretty good right there. So I'll release the mouse, release my keys, and now I'm going to deselect by pressing Command D. It would be Control D on the PC. Now for this other guy, I'm going to make a selection of him, and this time I'm going to leave a little bit of the shadow though, because he's so close over to that right edge I won't be able to fit him and the shadow over and onto that right side. So just click and drag over to this area, and then hold down the Command Option or Control Alt keys. Oh, first I want to make a feather of that selection though, so go up to the Select menu, choose Feather, click OK. Now I can press down the Command Option or Control Alt keys and move a copy of that area over on top of that. I'm going to try to line up the lines in the sand as best I can, and that looks pretty good right there. So I'll release all those, deselect. That made an excellent change also. So now I just have to deal with this shadow area. So I'll make a selection of that. And I think this time I'll drag my selection down. I'm going to go up to the Select menu, say Feather, OK, and now I'll hold down my Command Option, Control Alt keys, and move it over the shadow and try to line up the sand a little better. This one's doesn't want to quite line up real well, so let's just get it the best we can and see what we end up with. I'll deselect that. And I think that looks pretty good, so let's take a look at our before and after. So there's a quick and easy way to replace one part of your photo with another. I'm Rick, and to find lots more tutorials and helpful tips for Photoshop Elements, go to my website at essentialphotoshopelements.com. Don't forget to put a dash between the words. Until next time, take care.